Hey, good morning. Don Reddinger, CPA in Pittsburgh, PA, firm of Reddinger, Gallagher Dickert. And we and our clients have been participating in special tax programs for about over 10 years. And I want to cover today the newest and latest law change that could affect many, many people in a very positive way. But I do have to cover some administrative things first. Any reproduction or unauthorized use of these materials without the express written permission of Reddinger, Gallagher, and Dickert is prohibited. This information is intended to serve solely as an aid in professional education. Due to the constantly changing nature of the subject of the materials, this information is not appropriate to serve as the sole source for any accounting opinion or return position and must be supplemented for such purposes with other current authoritative materials. This information is carefully compiled from sources believed to be reliable, but its accuracy is not guaranteed. In addition, Reddinger, Gallagher, and Dickert, LLC, its authors and instructors are not engaged in rendering legal, accounting, or other professional services and will not be held liable for any actions or suits based on these slides or comments made during this presentation. If legal advice or other expert assistance is required, please seek the services of a qualified, competent professional. Thank you for allowing me to get that out of the way. With the OSTC and EITC program, the recent law changes now allow special purpose entities. And in definitions, I want to cover to give you a feel of who can qualify for this special purpose entity. The first definition is a business firm. Any entity authorized to do business in the Commonwealth subject to taxes imposed by the Commonwealth. The term includes a pass-through entity, the purpose of which is making the contributions under this program, which is also will be known as a special purpose entity, and whose shareholders, members, partners, or members are composed of owners or employees of another business firm. So the definition of a business firm tells you who can become members of this new special purpose entity. I'm going to cover who it does not include that we know of currently. It does not include sole proprietors. It does not include entities not subject to PA tax, such as nonprofit organizations or governmental entities. It does not include family or personal trusts, since these are not classified as a partnership for federal tax purposes. So the people listed on this page will not be able to participate in this new special purpose entity. Another definition is a pass-through entity. A pass-through entity is a partnership, a multi-member limited liability company, a single-member limited liability company treated as a disregarded entity for federal taxes, or a Pennsylvania sub-S corporation. The term includes a pass-through entity that owns an interest in another pass-through entity. Basically, an entity can pass this credit through multiple times to its eventual owners. The term also would include a business trust or other unincorporated entity that for federal tax purposes is classified as a partnership. And these definitions become important as to who can participate in the special purpose entity. Who can form a special purpose entity? A business firm or owner or employee of a business firm can form an SPE. And then the question becomes, once it's formed, who can participate in this special purpose entity? Only individuals who are shareholders, partners, members, or employees of other business firms may be shareholders, partners, or members of an SPE. The SPE member must also be considered a qualified investor or an accredited investor according to federal and Pennsylvania Security and Exchange Commission guidelines. Here's the process that the SPE will go through to obtain the credits for their members. The SPE must be formed by a qualified business entity or an owner, shareholder, member, or employee of such a business firm. They will obtain their federal and PA identification numbers. The SPE will then have to register with the Department of State and have all the required legal documents needed to fulfill its duties. So you're going to obviously need some legal help here. And third, they may have to file applicable federal and PA SEC registrations or exemptions. So anyone thinking of forming an SPE definitely will need some legal assistance to do it. Now, once those hurdles have been crossed, and the SPE has been formed, how the SPE will go through the process of getting the tax credit is very similar to the people that participate in the program now. They'll go online with DCED using a single application. Once the application is approved, they'll be able to make the contribution within 60 days. They'll follow that acknowledgement up. And if they're a pass-through entity, they will file Form 1123. Now, the SPE may have many, many members. So one of the advantages of the SPE is they could take 10, 15, 20, maybe 50 people, whatever the legal requirements are, which your attorney will tell you about. And they'll end up filing only one DCE application for all 50 people, for all their members. And so rather than 50 members trying to do it individually and all 50 members trying to do it by themselves, they can form in a group, and it should streamline the process significantly. And the members will not be tied up in paperwork. And they'll just simply, hopefully, be able to make contributions to help the program. The following year, once the SPE has been participating in the program, they will be able to apply early like everyone else, which is very, very important. Because if you file early, the state limits probably will not be exceeded, and you will probably be awarded the credit. So it's very important that any SPC try to be formed and established before July 1st, so they can do their application for this year. Once the application is in for this year, they'll be able to apply early next year. So here's a listing of DCED, Department of Community and Economic Development, which will give you the schools and the organizations to participate in this EITC, OSTC tax program. There's also other literature on there explaining the program. And we tell all our clients, if you're interested in any particular school, there is a list of schools. However, many organizations do not list each school, but they use an umbrella organization by county, some are by state. So a lot of times people will look for their individual school, such as St. George's in Erie, PA. It may be listed, it may not be, or St. Anne's at Pittsburgh. Our recommendation is call the school directly to ask them if they're on the list. If they're not on the list, is there an umbrella organization which they use? And then the umbrella organization registers with DCED, does all the reporting that schools and organizations have to do with DCE. And it's much easier for an umbrella organization to report 40 or 50 schools under this umbrella than each school go through the process. So we would request that anyone wants to give a specific school, call the school, the organization directly, find out if they're part of an umbrella organization. I thank you for your listening to the program today, and hopefully it'll help you understand these new special purpose entities. They are brand new, it's a moving target, and things are being learned on a daily basis. So we appreciate the opportunity to provide you with an up-to-date as of today, June 3rd. Thank you very much.